Sex offending suspect claims transgender harassment in Wiesbaden case. In June, a group of women complained that a person who identified as female exposed their penis at Wiesbaden in Los Angeles. The incident led months to sometimes violent protests, with media outlets declaring it as an example of bias against the transgendered or even that it didn't happen. Wow. But on Monday, charges of indecent exposure were discreetly filed against a serial offender for the Wiesbaden incident following an investigation by the Los Angeles Police Department. Sources with knowledge of the case but not authorized to speak publicly say 4 women and a minor girl came forward to allege that Darren Aggie Marager was partially erect in the women's section of the Wiesbaden. Besides being a suspect in this case, Marager is facing multiple felony charges of indecent exposure over a separate incident in Los Angeles. Marager, who spoke exclusively to the Post, denies the allegation and says that she is actually the victim of transphobic harassment. You see, this is the issue that people who are against this were saying from the beginning, that predators can easily identify as female and just go into female spaces and they could abuse women. On June 23rd, several women confronted staff at the Wiesbaden in Los Angeles, Koreatown, over accusations that a person exposed male genitalia in the women's section. Video of the interaction was posted the following day on Instagram by a woman using the name Cubana Angel. It's okay for a man to go into women's section, show his penis around the other women, young little girls underage in your spa, she asked the staff. He's a man. The 3.5-minute video was reposted on social media across the country and it went viral. Cubana Angel spoke at a press conference on July 7th in Pasadena next to her attorney. As I was walking, I noticed something that was really disturbing, something that caused me to feel that I was transported into the men's locker room, the woman said. And this is the dude. She said some women and girls were uncomfortable and began putting their robes back on. She complained to staff where the video was recorded, but they legally could not do anything because of the California law. We as women have rights to be safe in public spaces, and they are being violated by men, she said. But you see, this is the problem, okay? Because you have a lot of women who are woke and they fight for this type of stuff, and now it backfires, and now women are suffering because you fought to have people who say they could identify as anyone come into your spaces. Didn't think about that, did you? Now this woman had to suffer the consequences. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of incidents, unfortunately, of this happening, and possibly even worse because of liberal idiots who thought this was okay. The video was followed by weeks of sometimes violent face-offs between right-wing and evangelical Christians at the Wiesbaden and Antifa and far-left counter-protesters. On July 3rd, after police formed a line to separate the two groups, 40 people were arrested. The LAPD was so far has confirmed few details about the Wiesbaden incident. Inquiries sent to the department were responded with statements saying the investigation is ongoing. You see, the thing is people are not willing to be honest. You see, there's no real checks and balances with these people. Like, wrong is wrong, right is right. Okay, you will not have the community that this person belongs to saying, you know what, you did something that's wrong, man, and you got to pay the consequences. No, they're saying it didn't happen. So what goes through your mind? That these people want the right to abuse women and children under the guise of identifying as a female. Then this week, a warrant was issued in Los Angeles County for the arrest of 52-year-old Darren Marager of Riverside, California, based on 5 felony counts of indecent exposure in connection with the Wiesbaden incident. As a publication, Marager has not been arrested. Really? See what's going on here. Everything about the Wiesbaden was a bunch of garbage and lies, Marager said in an interview. She says she is legally female in California and was in a jacuzzi in the women's section when she was accosted by Cubana Angel. Yep, this is how they want to get away with things, man. This is how they want to get away with things. She never saw me naked. I was underwater with water all the way up to my chest. Mariga denies ever being erect or around children at the spa. She says she is actually the victim of sexual harassment by transphobic women at the Wee Spa. He got to go to jail. This got to go to jail. The sad thing is that you're going to have a lot of these people who identify as females going into female prisons in California. I don't know if you know about that either. They're doing that thanks to Governor Newsom. Law enforcement sources revealed that Meager is a Tier 1 registered sex offender with 2 prior convictions of indecent exposure stemming from incidents in 2002 and 2003 in California. She declined to comment on the convictions. In 2008, she was convicted of failing to register as a sex offender. A law passed by California Democrats that went into effect this year replaced the state's lifetime registration requirement to a tiered system. The law allows low-tiered sex offenders to petition to be removed from the list. However, Meager is not eligible due to ongoing criminal charges. She also has a long criminal history in California that includes nearly a dozen felony convictions for crimes ranging from sex offense to burglary and escape. In addition to Mariga's new felony charges of indecent exposure, she's also facing 6 felony counts of indecent exposure over a separate locker room incident in December 2018. Los Angeles County prosecutors accused Meager of indecent exposure to women and children in a changing area at a swimming pool in West Hollywood Park. Meager claims to identify as a female so he can access women's locker rooms and showers. Reads an internal flyer by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department that was sent to law enforcement departments in Southern California in late 2018. Mariga has pleaded not guilty to all 6 counts, and her next court date for the incidents is on September 8th. Mariga told law enforcement that she's transient, but bail was set at $150,000 in early 2019, which was paid. Mariga says her open cases involving accusations of indecent exposure show a pattern of abuse from a state and society that punishes transgender people. This is lies. You allow trans women to go into their women's spaces and then simply claim indecent exposure, and you're arrested, she says. But this is what they do, all right? This is what they do, okay? And some of these people are sex offenders. This is how they try to get at kids. Marisa says she's speaking with progressive California lawmakers like State Senator Scott Wiener in that hope that they can change state law to better protect trans. If you go into an area where you're expected to be nude, there has to be an indecent exposure exemption, she says. I'm not even going to read this. You see it for yourself. Okay, this is what they're about. This is what they're about. This is the sick, twisted game they play. This is the sick, twisted game that they play. Okay? And it's sad to say that this is how far the country is going down the tubes. All right? Down the tubes. They have TED Talks. College professors trying to make pedophilia sexual orientation, trying to make it normalized. This is where it's coming to. This is where it's coming to. And they're trying to hide behind you're transphobic. You're transphobic. I remember there was a trans UFC fighter called Fallon Fox, cracked a woman's skull, fought in a female UFC match. He was a man. And a male UFC fighter commented on it and said that this is wrong. You think Dana White protected that male UFC fighter who called out Fallon Fox? No. He got banned, suspended for a period of time from the UFC. This is where we are at 2021. It's only going to get worse. But I hope this woman, who was, I hope this woman, Cubana Angel, she wins and she sues and she fights back in court. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.